Hello everyone, welcome to the session of Pharmaceutical Engineering. Myself, Ms. Mona Khandale from Delonic Societies, Baramati College of Pharmacy, Barhanpur, Baramati. Today I am going to discuss subtopic vacuum dryer from the topic drying under the guidance of respected Professor Mr. Baukur sir. So let's start our session. So, this is another video on the series of B Pharmacy 3rd semester Pharmaceutical Engineering subject. So, we shall be started our topic drying. So, let's begin. So far, we have discussed about the basics of drying followed by a few equipments that included a tray dryer, drum dryer followed by spray dryer and fluidized bed dryer. In this video, we shall talk about the vacuum dryer. In today's session, we are going to cover the following points. First, introduction or definition. Second, principle. Third, figure. Fourth, construction. Fifth, working. Sixth, uses, advantages and disadvantages. The basic principle about the vacuum dryer is, in vacuum dryer, material is dried by the application of vacuum. When vacuum is created, the pressure is lowered so that water boils at lower temperature. Hence, water evaporates faster. The heat transfer becomes efficient. That is, rate of drying enhances substantially. The material which is to be dried by the application of vacuum. The vacuum, once created, it will lower down the pressure so that the water will boil at comparatively lower temperature. Because the same vapor pressure will be achieved at lower temperature comparatively, so the evaporation of solvent become faster as compared to without applying the vacuum. So ultimately the transfer of heat will be so rapid. If we see the construction of vacuum dryer is shown in the figure. Here it is. It is made up of cast iron heavy jacketed vessels. It is so strong that it can withstand high vacuum within the oven and steam pressure in the jacket. The enclosed space, approximately 1.5 meter cube, is divided into a number of portions by means of 20 hollow shells, which are part of the jacket. The shells provide larger surface area, about 45 to 50 meters square, for conduction of heat. Over the shells, metal trays are placed for keeping the material. The oven door can be locked tightly to give an airtight seal. The oven is connected to a vacuum pump by placing condenser in between. If we see the construction part, there will be insulated heavy jacketed vessels which can withstand the high pressure. There are shells for keeping trays inside. Inside the trays, we generally put the material which is to be dried, and these trays going to their better surface. This surface will offer good contact area for exchange of heat. There is an airtight seal of doors so that properly the vacuum can be applied. And there is a requirement of vacuum pump so as to create vacuum. The shells, which can even provide a surface area, are varying from 45 to 50 meter squares. Now let's see the working. The material to be dried is spread on the trays. The trays are placed on the shelves. Pressure is decreased up to 30 to 60 kilopascals by means of vacuum pump. Door is closed firmly. Steam or hot air is supplied into the hollow space of jacket and shells. Heat transfer by conduction takes place. At this vacuum, evaporation of water from the material takes place at about 25 to 30 degrees Celsius on account of lowering of boiling point. Water vapor passes into the condenser where the condensation takes place. At the end of drying, vacuum line is disconnected. The material is collected from the trays. If we see the working, the material which is to be dried is put inside the trays. The trays are placed on the shelves and we reduce the pressure up to 30 to 60 kilopascals. This can be done with the help of vacuum pump. Keeping the door closed and steam or hot air will be supplied into the blank space of jacket and shelves. Through the mode of conduction, the heat transfer will take place. After taking the heat, the solvent will get evaporated and comparatively lower temperature generally 25 to 30 degrees Celsius by keeping the pressure up to 30 to 60 kilopascals, so that how the water vapor passes into the condenser where the condensation will actually takes place. So once you will get the dried material, you have to disconnect the vacuum which was applied and collect the material from the chamber. The major uses of vacuum dryer are following. The vacuum can be used for drying of the following: heat sensitive materials which undergo decomposition. Second, dusty and hygroscopic materials. Third, drugs containing toxic solvents. This can be separated into closed containers. Feed containing valuable solvents. This can be recovered by condensation. Drugs which are required so porous and products. Friable dry extracts. The major advantages of vacuum dryer are as follows. First, vacuum dryer provides larger surface area for heat transfer. Second, handling of the material, trays and equipment is so easy. Hot water of desired temperature can be supplied. Electrically heated hollow shells can be used. The disadvantages of the vacuum dryer are as follows. First, in vacuum dryer, heat transfer coefficients are low. This is because we have already used cast irons for heavy jacketed vessels. That's why in vacuum dryer, heat transfer coefficient are also low. It has a limited capacity and used for batch processes. It is more expensive than tray dryer. Labor and running costs are also high. Fourth, sometimes there is a danger of overheating as the material is in contact with steam heated surface for longer period.